and this is going to be episode 1. So I'm going to tell you all about this machine that we've built here. So it's called kombi. Why did I build the thing? Well, I can't really tell you why I built it. Been around cars my whole life and stuff, and it was just one of those things that was in the back of my mind I wanted to build. So this started back in probably 2011, 2012. Used to race drag cars back in 2006, that's when I stopped racing. But I always had a vision of building something like this, and it just kept playing in mind, and nothing really transpired until about 2015 until I was ready to build it. I was busy with businesses and running hobby shops, that's what I do for a job, all that sort of stuff. And 2015, that's when this all kicked off and it started to build. It's taken, we're in 2024 now, but I've had to run a couple of shops and stuff, and I could only really get to it after hours, so it's a massive job. And the build series is going to show everything about it, why I built the car, what we're going to do, but we intend on jumping it and doing all that sort of stuff. Got one of my mates here, Robbie, a dear mate of mine. He's going to ask me a few questions about the car. Known Robbie for 30 years, he used to sign right race cars. There's old school sign right. And Jackie, if you turn around, just show the wall, this is what Robbie's sort of painted over the years. This is all Robbie's handiwork. He's an old school sign writer. Amazing work. Known him for years. Good dear friend of mine. So,
okay, Simon, motor. What is the motor in this?
So it's a 540 cube big block Chevy. It is 540 cube big block Chevy, supercharged with an 871 on it. Yeah, that's what it is.
And how about the gearbox drivetrain?
It's got a power guide. In the build series, we'll show about the chassis and all that stuff. The chassis in it is based off like a Pro 2 truck that races in America. So it's a really unaerodynamic body. So it's a pretty ordinary body to be doing this, but the suspension, everything should work good and it should jump. And that's what we're going to be doing with the car. But you'll see that in the build series. We've never built anything like this. It's a big job. Me and my good mate Bruce Kemp, we put it all together. And there'll be videos of him and all that stuff in the build series. Here's the boy over here. This is the boy that drives the car. This is Project 71. Have you got a sec, mate? Can you just stop playing with your toys? Yep. Can you just show us inside this car, mate? Yeah, you got to open the door, buddy. No. I'll show you how it opens, okay? Just pull it like that. Remember that when you drive it, okay? Where's the motor, mate? Rightio. So there she lives in there. So she's 540, blown injected, runs on methanol. But we'll go through all that in the build series and you'll see all about what's in there. I'll just show you the door that closes Project 71. So when you close the door, open the handle up, drop in all that. Okay, mate? You just... Oh, did you want to show us your cars, mate? We'll go around here. So, Project 71's got a pack of these little cars. So, yeah, that one there, that's King Kombi Jr. That's like a version of you, isn't it, mate? Yep. What about this one? That's Big Stan, I know him. Yep. Oh, that's Misty Rose. She's a rock chick. They're the hippies. Yep, I know they're the hippies, those guys. That one there, he's Jeffrey, the electric eel. He's electric powered, that one. That is Battery Bob. He's crazy, that guy. What about this guy? That's Ryan O'Brien. He's an army guy. Yep. Bit of a story of those guys. They're the Baker Boys. Yep, that one there. That's the Baron. Very cool. Don't forget about the police. Which one's your favourite, mate? Which one? King Kombi Jr.? You like them all, do you? Okay, that one and that one. Yep, so I think it's King Kombi Jr. You can go back and play with your toys now, mate.
Simon,
Yeah, mate.
these photos on the ground, what do they represent?
Yeah, this is. I didn't just build my first race car and stuff like that. When I built this, I used to build a lot of cars. These cars I used to race. These are my dad's cars here. So this is old stuff. That'll be 1980, 1979. That'll be 1979, 79. So I was involved with race cars and drag cars my whole life. There's my dad. There's my Beetle I used to race. Raced that for years. I built that one too. These are all just cars that I had over the years. Lots of old stuff here. Yeah, so I haven't built a race car for a long time, but I used to be involved, and that's how we built this. So yeah, always been around race cars and all that sort of stuff. So this is an off-road. I love off-road, love drag racing, but we want to jump this vehicle. So this guy here is going to jump it, and we hope to do the biggest jump we can out of a kombi. At the moment, it's never jumped anywhere, but we'll get there and we'll work out what we're doing. But listen guys, follow along with the build series if you like it, and you want to even get a shirt, we do all that sort of stuff. King Kombi shirts, we'll have some cool stuff. We'll have some of these pack cars doing stunts and stuff during the series, during the build series and stuff, but basically episode 1 will be the very start when we build it. So this channel will be good if you've got kids that want to watch stuff educational, how to build stuff. We haven't got the world's best tools, but we managed to build it. You'll learn how to do fiberglass, learn how to build motors, gearboxes, everything will be showcased in this series. Yeah, but we appreciate if you watch the series. If you like, subscribe, watch our channel, we'll be very, very happy. All right guys, we'll move on and we'll go into episode 1, and episode 2 will be up every week. So every week we'll drop an episode of the King Kombi channel, okay? Thanks guys, thanks for watching along. Rightio, hi everyone, Simon here. I'm going to get underway with the very first episode of the King Kombi build series. You'll see all pictures and stuff coming up here. These are all an old split screen kombi that I took all patterns and stuff off. So basically I could not use a steel kombi body. I had to make my own because King Kombi is 14% longer and 14% wider than a normal split screen kombi. Kombis split screens are very expensive, so steel one wasn't going to work out, so it was always going to be out of fiberglass. So all these pictures you see here are me just taking shapes, dimensions, curvatures and all that sort of stuff off an old split screen, just so I had a ballpark of where I had to be for the shape. Now King Kombi to me is pretty much like a toy out of the 60s, 70s and 80s if you're a child of that era and you grew up then. They used to have all these cool toys. They still do these days, but back then they had all these things I used to look at, and I loved the shape of an old kombi van, an old split screen. So all this stuff here is me taking those shapes. So all this is leading up to building a plug, which is probably one of the biggest jobs of the kombi, is building the plug. A plug is basically a shape. Now anything with fiberglass starts with a shape. Once they've got it perfect, they'll take a mold off that shape. Once the mold's off the shape, then they can make a product, which is basically a finished thing, your finished product basically. So you always need a plug to start with, whether it's a boat. If you had a car, you could just wax it and take a mold off that. But if you don't have anything, you must build a plug, and that's what I'm doing here. So I took loads and loads of dimensions off an old split screen kombi, and that's how it came about. And once I was finished with all these dimensions and stuff, like there's a windscreen shape. This was actually an old V-dub ute, but it's a split screen, but it wasn't actually a van. But the roof, I knew the shape I was going to make. I ended up finding another split screen to get some rear quarter shapes and stuff like that, and some more templates from the roof and stuff. So I had everything I needed. Once I had all that, I went back to the workshop and I made room upstairs especially to build it, and marked out on the floor the dimensions of what it was going to be. Then I had to build basically a frame. The frame was made out of steel for my plug, and when you're making plugs you can use anything you like as long as it's, you know, it works. Boat builders will use stuff like MDF, body filler, foams, all sorts of stuff to make plugs. So in my case, what I decided to do, it's probably not the perfect way of doing it, and there's probably better ways, and if you've ever done anything, it's always better the second, third time you've done it.
Now I've done lots of fiberglass, but most of it was just taken off V-dubs that I've modified. This is the first time I built something from its entirety. So basically I've got a steel frame. You'll see here putting it all together to a rough shape of a, basically I call it a skeleton of a kombi. And once I had that skeleton shape and frame, then I could start making it panels to use a product called expanding foam, which expands many times its size once you mix it. And it just expands and expands. Once it's expanded and it's dried, then you can take out saws, all sorts of things, and chop it to size, carve it to your shape. You'll see here the mesh going in, and finally the panels are about to start. Here's one of the panels here. Then you pull the foam in there, the mesh is there to grab it all so it binds together. I ended up with 4 panels either side. The roof was just poured directly down with board held up, and the front I just basically wrapped cardboard around, taped up as much as I could, and just poured buckets of foam in there and watch them expand. I did, and that's exactly how they came about. You can see here in this video all the cardboard there, and if you look in there, the foam's going in, and I just basically poured it in there and waited for it to rise up. And it was a fairly quick process because it expands very quickly. And yeah, as it was pouring up and getting further and further along, I just kept watching it, and it was getting closer and closer. So basically this whole shape was formed out of foam, and that's how King Kombi was born. Now in this episode you're going to see heaps of videos of me sanding it and shaping it. It was quite a long process. Getting the rough shape there was fairly quick, but trying to make it look anything decent, that was the long process. Definitely a long process to get it to a shape that resembled what I wanted to. And many mistakes, you'll see that along the way. This build series will consist of probably 25-30 episodes, and they'll be out every week for you to watch. We'll go into a video of me in 2015 in March. Kombi coming along good, foaming up the top of the roof. Just about coming over the top, look at that. Beautiful. Then we'll go from the front, which is what we've done right here. And then we're going to go from the front all the way down the roof of foam. That's the last section. Then some fill up spots. Sweet. Rightio, so there's basically a blob of foam. So with this build series, what you'll see is the body will be quite a few episodes of building that, and then we'll go into stuff like starting the chassis, building the chassis, all sorts of stuff like that. Yes, it could be just a quick video time-lapse really quickly, but I want to show you all the fun of building it and how long it took. The reason it took so many years, so this is started in 2024, was I had jobs, I had to find the money to do it, I had to do it after hours. You'll meet my mate Bruce Kemp, he'll come into it later in the series, and basically we built it. And with the video you'll see us going all the way to testing for our very first episode. We'll have mini kombis all in that video. That'll be the end of the build series, will be when we actually tested it. It came out really cool. Lots of stress involved in getting it there and stuff like that. But yeah, we really appreciate it if you want to watch along. We'll have an episode out every Friday Australian time in Australia, so it might be on a Thursday in America, but it'll be out every week. The build series, we really appreciate you watching along, and you'll see it all come together. Subscribe to the King Kombi channel if you like it, and tell your friends. We appreciate it very much. And yeah, thanks so much for watching along, and episode 2 will be out soon.